Hello and welcome to the Handy Capable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. And as you see, I'm doing another IQ episode. I haven't done one in a little bit, but this one is the 13 things that have been told to me in 2023 as a disabled person. Yes, I chose a baker's dozen, not 10, not 12, not 15, a baker's dozen. But before I start, make sure you grab a snack or a drink, something to nibble on. And I'm just going to get started, but also make sure you like, comment, and subscribe because I talk about current events, critical issues, politics, and things that relate to the disability community, people of color, women, and just anything and everything in between, including catfish, and also other studies and info and everything nerdy. Well, you know how I am. But, anyways, let's start. And if you're new, hello, I hope you enjoy. But let's just start with the first quote or the first statement. If you can't make it to the voting booth, you have no business voting. You would be a waste of a vote. That would be by an Orange Man loving supporter. Yeah, so I don't know. Sometimes when people say, all lives matter, I cringe because those who say it with all of the other things that come out of their mouth just prove that they don't believe what they say. They contradict what they say. They know what they say is not true. And it hasn't just been one person that told me something like this. I've had a few people say, if you can't make it on your own, if you can't figure out a way to get there, if you can't figure out how to do A, B, and C with the voting process, it's like, oh, if you have a disability, then it's like, what's the point? It's like, you're using our tax dollars anyway, so you should be thanking us. But yes, I'm going to be doing more episodes on this topic. But when it comes to this one, it's just disheartening because, especially, people don't realize that during like the COVID epidemic and everything, how crucial it was for some of us to have it mailed. And some people are like, oh, that's not fair. That's not just, that's not. Well, for some of, like, they have no idea. And so, okay, but I'm going to move on to the second one. But just know with a lot of these quotes, they have given me more material to study, to look up, and to cover episodes because the ignorance that comes out of a lot of people's mouth, and sometimes it just feels like the hatred that comes out of their mouth or the disgust, or I don't know. It's just sometimes they look at me like I'm a disappointment and they don't even know me. And some people who pre-assume and then they get to know me, then, well, anyways, yeah. So I'm just going to get to the next one, but let's just say it's interesting out here. Um, what are you doing out past 5 p.m.? You guys should have a curfew. A woman yelled out while going into work. Sometimes I just feel like I'm not allowed to be out in public. I'm not allowed to go and work. And a lot of people say, oh, people with disability, they find any excuse. They don't want to work. They don't. And it's like, I've heard this even going shopping one time. Someone kind of said it under her breath. And it's infuriating because I can't shop, I can't go to work. I can't, like, where am I allowed to go? What am I allowed to do? That's the point where it's like, oh no, it's like I know I have my life. I know I have the choice and freedom as anyone else, but I feel like everyone around me does not know this. And then it's disheartening because they don't want to teach about this in school. I repeat that. They don't want to teach about this in school. Yes, reading and the alphabet and things like that are crucial. But why can't we find books? Well, yeah, Florida seems to want to ban, but why can't we find books where maybe the children and the preteens and the teenagers can read about characters who are in these situations so they understand and know what we go through and know what not to do or say or how, like maybe the proper ways on how to treat us and to know that we are human. It's like instead of banning books that are about people who are different than a certain like group of people, you should be celebrating that, because educating and showing people different points of views allows them to be a more well-rounded person. And I did not say they have to agree with those points of view. I just said read those points of view. There are some who I disagree with, including the Orange Man. Oh yeah, he wrote some books. I'm like, no. Ugh. Anyway, so it's just, what are we allowed to do? What are we? Because sometimes I want the Orange supporters to literally tell. Like sometimes when I hear them yell that out, it's like, okay, while you say that, tell me what am I allowed to do? And then go to all of your friends and colleagues who tell me that I just want to be stuck at home. I'm too lazy to work. I don't want to work. I just want to get money from the government because I don't want to do anything on my own. Yeah. So, yeah, you guys you're conflicting each other. You're contradicting each other. Which one do you want? Because one or the other, I'm going to be making a group upset. I'm making a group mad. And maybe that's one reason why a lot of the Orange supporters tell me, why are you writing books for? Why are you trying to start a business? Why are you trying to do YouTube? Why are you trying to start a podcast? Why do you try to be a teacher? Why do you try to, like, just anything, any of my goals? You're a cripple. You're a R word. It's like you have a disability. What's the point? No one cares about what you say. No one cares about what you do. No one cares about your efforts because it's not good enough. No one cares. They're going to look at you and like, you can't even walk right. That's what they tell me. And so I have to turn those lemons into lemonade. And I'm using that so I can teach the next generations. Yes, we can do something. And don't tell us, don't judge us. Yes, sometimes we need help. Sometimes we need assistance or tools that will allow us to be independent so we can do those things on our own. But don't just say we're lazy. Don't just say we can't do. Just don't say we don't want to do anything. Don't say we just want to leave the house for no reason, or we don't want to go to work, or we don't want to leave the house, or we it's just it's just a mess with all of the things that they contradict and say. So, but okay, I'll move on. And the next one. You better never get married. You would just be wasting the man's time. This was by an ex-con after finding out I have 3 degrees and saw my books online. And the thing is, like, a lot of people lie on dating apps, social media, and they try to, like, of course, people want to be the best image of themselves as humanly possible. But, like, some of them, and this was like right before I posted my criteria on this dating app. And so I started talking to him, and that's when he started telling me about his criminal record, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, oh, no. Okay. Because part of me was just like, okay. Since I didn't put my standards on there, let me just talk to him. Let's see if by miracle. So then he asked me about myself, and also he kept asking which one of my parents is white. Yeah, let's just say this is going to be yeah, I'm going to have a story time on this one. But when he started asking me about what I do for work and I said it, he was like, hold up, no, 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 no. How how can you do that? And I was like, what do you mean? How can I do that? He was like, you would have to go to school to be able to do that. And I was like, yes, I have been to school. No, no, no. It's like, I don't mean high school. I'm not talking about high school. And he was like, don't talk to me like that. I was like, huh, well, you talking to me like that, I'm mirroring you. And so next thing I know, he was just like, yeah, right. He's like, you don't have. So I was just like, well, I have 3 degrees. And well, back then I think I had 2 certifications. No, no, no. I had three. No, yeah. Because this was early last year. So no, I had three. But anyway, oh, he just started going off and then said that no one's ever gonna want me and all this other stuff. And part like I responded, I was like, yeah, my mom agrees with you. And he was like, what, huh? What the are you talking about? And I was like, never mind. So yeah, I turned lemons into lemonade because I'm like, you know what? I know someone who agrees with you. But anyways, on to the next one. I'll do a story time on this. I am pro life, but I can't blame people to abort if their kids are R word. And that was a huge orange guy supporter. Yeah, yeah, I think you're saying something here. And then, so why do you want to waste my tax dollars? Yep, another orange guy supporter. I feel so bad for your parents. How did they take it? Do you see a pattern? Cause yeah, again, an orange guy supporter. No one is going to hire you. What company would not see you as a distraction or a disappointment? And this is going to be a series because people don't know my employment struggles. And I mentioned it in my podcast when I started talking about drowning in the ocean of Sally or student loan Sally Mae, something like that. I forgot the exact name, but I think it was my second or third podcast episode. I applied for so many jobs, and so many times those employers, why do you walk like that? What's wrong with you? It's like, oh, you didn't mention this in your resume. You didn't mention this in your application. Are you going to get surgery? Are you going to get fixed? Because no, I just shrugged my shoulders because I don't like, since the doctors told me it was in my head, it's like, and that's, I'm going to do a series because doctors don't understand the mental health they put me through because I thought I was going crazy because I'm trying to pick up my feet. I'm trying to be normal. And it wasn't until decades later, because tons of doctors thought I was lying. So-called friends thought they still think I'm lying. They don't even know about my YouTube channel. They know about nothing. Only a few of them know about it because, yeah, I connected with them on LinkedIn. I don't know why, because either way, they're not going to support me, buy my products, or because most of them still don't believe me. Most of them is like, they don't know about my diagnosis. They don't know about the years of like research and studies and the shots and everything that I had to endure to be able to be diagnosed, and the surgery, the awful painful surgery, and the months that I could not walk. They don't know about that. So when it comes to jobs, they like a lot of them they would just be like, oh, if nothing's wrong with you, then there's no reason for you to walk like that. Ah, thanks. Okay. So yeah, I blame the doctors. I used to yeah, I blame the doctors. Okay, so next. What's wrong with you? No. Tell me exactly what you have. Spell it out because I want to look it up. Okay, so yeah, this is by an orange supporter too. Surprise. You guys keep or kept talking about that one law about not being able to like tell if you have COVID, if you got the shot or anything like that. But now some of you expect me to tell you exactly what I have, exactly what I've endured. Then you want me to spell it out so you can look up my business, something that is none of your business. So it's like you can't provide the information on something that is contagious, something that you can get. But I have something that is in my DNA, something you cannot get. But some actually expect me to spell it out for them. None of your business. Go get your life, Karen. Go get your life. So, because sometimes I just feel like people need to get a hobby. They need to like save up some money so they can either get a trip or buy, like treat themselves or something because they're too busy looking at other people's lives, trying to look at how other people are living and doing what they want to do. So, but anyways, moving on. How can you be submissive and you are a cripple? This one was by a black guy. I don't know what his political stance is, so, but yeah, black guy with this one. And yeah, it's like I have a few story times in this series, but yeah, he he put down how I talk because he said that yeah, he's one of the types of guys who basically told me I'm too white. And then when I was talking to him about my goals and things, he said it was stupid because I wasted years when I should have been trying to have babies. And when I said I wanted the father to be my husband with who I have children with, he was just like, well, now no one's going to want you because your uterus is going to be like all like kind of like there was that other, yeah, I showed another, like, because he said I was dried up. And like, yeah, there's quite a few African American men who say I'm dried up. So I don't know if that's a new trend or a new, like, maybe that's an urban, I don't know, but that's just something I just kind of realized of the pattern. But yeah, what fun, what fun. So, but yeah, it has not only been orange guy supporters. So, but yeah. And yeah, let's just say when it came to my education, how I speak, like nothing I love was good enough. Because even when I said I like anime, he was like, "You're childish then. That's stupid. You're stupid." And when I said I like Disney, he was like, "Oh yeah, you're real stupid. You're a waste of time." Ah, yeah, good times, great times, right? So, okay. You have a disability, but you're not dumb. Not even going to touch that one right now. I'll touch that one on a different day. Yeah, you have a disability. Your disability is that you're a Democrat. Guess by who? Yeah, yeah. So many more, but we'll leave off on this last one. And I'm going to show you, but just realize that this last one kind of proves my point with the other quotes. And guess who said this one? It's another supporter of the orange guy. And so whenever they say pro-life, I want them to define pro-life, because when it comes to feeding the hungry and helping those who are in need, and especially children who they can't help who their parents are and the financial situation they are placed in. So, but I digress. I just know that the definition of pro-life is so just it's as big of a mess as the word woke now. It's like any word that used to have at least substance to it and meaning, they have just destroyed. That's one thing they're great about, is destroying things. My opinion, but just what I've observed. They want to. They're banning books and taking away women's rights, and it's like almost every nationality there have been issues with, like, people of color being in fear. So if you remember about when the orange guy was first in the White House, and then during COVID, and then with Black Lives Matter, and it's like also the Native Americans, they had a few situations with their land. So it's just like, okay. And now with disability, it's like, but then they want to ban books about people of color, people with disabilities, and women, and sexuality, and to the point where it's just like, how ignorant do you want us to be? How uneducated do you want us to become? Like, yes, like you say you want us to improve our reading and writing. Yes, I agree, but you're taking books away. So how does that, like, but then you only want to put the Bible in the schools. But everyone's not like, okay, yeah, it's a different subject, but okay, last thing on that, because they want the 10 commandments and they want the Bible in every classroom. But then Moms of Liberty will be breaking their own rule, because every single thing, every single book, and the reason they want to ban it is in the Bible. So they will be contradicting themselves, like with their demands and their wants, or the Republicans' demands and wants. With putting a Bible in each classroom, they will be going against what the Moms of Liberty have been yelling and fighting about for all of these years that they've been trying to take over the school boards. Every single one. So, okay, here we are. I hope you get COVID, because I hear if you have a disability, you are more likely to. You know what he said. And then the Democrats will lose a vote. Yep, yep, he said it. I'm just at a loss for words sometimes when I listen to what the orange guy supporters demands and wants, and how they say that they're religious and Christian, and how they have all these beliefs, and how they're going to try to make sure the beliefs are in every classroom and that everyone abides by them. But then, like, over the last few years, many of them have been getting divorces. Some of them have been getting into threesomes. Some of them have been, like, dating children. Yeah, you know. Um, and some of them have been having too much fun inside of a musical. Yeah, Lauren. And it's like some of them admit that they've been, like, doing such awful things, to the point where, and even admitting that they will never vote anything that a Democratic president, like, tries to fight for and wants in, because they want him to look as bad as possible. They said this about Obama, and now they're saying it about Biden. Look at like, if these people were such Christian people, they would not care who is in the White House. They wouldn't care about the image of the person in the house. They would more pay attention to the people out in society, the people out in public, the people that this will help. And I'm going to be doing, I know I keep saying I'm going to do an episode on, I have such a long list, but one of the Republican judges just went against, like, I think it was like the health department or something health related, one of those departments, with the cancer belt, with providing different needs that would help the people that live in the cancer belt. And I've mentioned a couple times, I know I talked about it a little bit last African American month, but I'm going to try to talk a lot more about it this year. If you don't know about it, part of it's right in like the Louisiana area, and there's a lot of factories. It's very polluted, and people are, I believe, around 3 times more likely, at 3 to 5 times more likely to get cancer and other diseases, and their health risk. A lot of them have to file for either bankruptcy or they spend all of their money on health needs because of the toxins within the environment that they live in. And a lot of these areas are predominantly people of color. So, but anyway, like, okay, oh, I need to end this episode. So just know, like, if you guys check out my reading bingo cards, Valentine's Day themed on Etsy, I'm going to be finding other sites to sell them on, as well as with my website, which is still under construction. I'm going to create a store where you can buy and download, because I plan on making like 100 of these, so under different themes and stuff like that. So, and also please check out my other books and other creations, my activity books, and then the Handy Capable Black Nerd channel. I have a lot of like resources and stuff for the little ones. London's Tales will be out later this year, but I have Dragon Leslie counting books. I'm different, you're different, we're all different. I have math books. I have Princess Kalia and Dragon Leslie. So, but anyways, you guys know the drill. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, and amazing day. Conquer your goals, your dreams, and aspirations, and don't allow people to tell you why you can't do something. Like I said earlier, people tell me I can't do something because I'm a woman. I can't do something because I'm a person of color, and I can't do something because I have a disability. So I'm working harder to prove them wrong. And especially men on dating apps try to tell me that. So yeah, I guess I'll be a little, yeah, I'm going to show them too, which, if you haven't seen my previous episodes, I do show some of them. Dating Nightmare series, and also evidence and everything like that. But, anyways, okay, I gotta go. Stay amazing. Bye.